Edo State House of Assembly don screen and confirm former Speaker and Member of the House, Right Honorable Adjoto Kabiru, as chairmo of Edo State Local Govumet Service Commission. As dem resume plenary for Monday 18 August 2025, the committee wey dey in charge of rules and business present their report, and the House come sharply gree and confirm Right Honorable Adjoto for the position.
Screening of the chairman, Edo State Local Govumet Service Commission is being considered, and we have one consideration for agreement that the solutions we are by the House. Please say aye. Those against say aye. Two members not have been presented and have been considered on the confirmation of our senior colleague, Right Honorable Kabiru Adjoto, former Speaker of this House. Honorable Kabiru Adjoto is a well-known name in Nigeria and Edo State. Honorable Adjoto Kabiru, when the clerk was reading a brief biography about him, went to Oxford University, and now understand why all the time is also worried, because he attended Oxford University. Honorable Kabiru Adjoto has also served vigorously in different capacities. Members, on that note, I want to seek your permission to instruct Israel to confirm whether Right Honorable Kabiru Adjoto is within the presence of the House Chairman. So agreement, please say aye. Those against say nay, ayes have it. The new members, the former Speaker, Kabiru Adjoto, is with us in the House Chambers this morning. May I ask permission to please tell you to sit down? Please sit down. Thank you, members. Kabiru Adjoto to us in the Chambers. Kabiru Adjoto, as the Chairman, Edo State Local Govumet Service Commission. Take it back. You know, Kabiru Adjoto is a fantastic fellow.
Let's go, move. Let's go, sir. Let's go. Let's move, sir. Let's move.
The House still received letter from the governor where they request make them consider and confirm new commissioner designates. The names wey dey the letter na Nosa Adams, Yakubu Musa, Felix Ahagwe, and Engineer Omoro Dion Ikponwusa. Again, the governor sent another request for more commissioner designates where the names na Ohima Ehejinator, Eugenia Agala, Godwin Esheeshe, and Prince Kasim Afegboy. The speaker come refer the letters go Committee on Rules and Business, make them look into them and report back quick. The House comes to yarn on the re-establishment of Customary Court of Appeal for Edo State, where the majority leader, Jonathan Ibamawo, Minority Leader Charity Aigobawenya, and former Deputy Speaker Maria Edeko took mouth for inside the matter.
The executive bill is intended to re-establish a customary. The customary power bill is Speaker by the was intended in the state before. The state being the second state to have implemented it in the country. The two states being the first states. Customary power bill, Mr. Speaker, by the is provided for in section 280 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. But we are trying to see how this law will come back to the state to keep as benefits that we will get. One of the first benefits, Mr. Speaker, is that it's going to enhance the justice system in our state particularly. A lot of people are traditionally inclined. When sometimes in this country, I tell people, most of the better things in this country would have been achieved if we were really doing our things in our traditional way. Or we have gone back to those things being done in my local way. I'm closing the mic really as a textbook and nothing more than that. So, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, people believe there are some people like my brother from the wizards, that people that believe that tradition and our culture should be sustained. So, this court of appeal, we help us in a large way to see that when the first of all go to the lower customary court, people are satisfied and have the opportunity to power up their anger at a higher level. So this bill, if passed, Mr. Speaker, will ensure that justice for the people related to the customary system will be achieved. Mr. Speaker, there are also lawyers who are specialized in this field. Passing this bill into the law, Mr. Speaker, will also enhance that system for them to be able to have the opportunity to apply their expertise. So I'm calling on my colleagues to note all these ones and say how we can also enhance justice system at our local level. Mr. Speaker, the judges that will be employed for this course are going to be covered by the National Judicial Council. It means that they are going to be joined their force in consolidated. So our state level will not be using anything. By way of salaries going to this bill, that will be so important. Going forward, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, who come into this court, for instance, we pay money to file up cases. That one is revenue to the state. We are looking for more money from more sources. So anything that will increase our revenue of this state, looking at the project consciousness of Mr. Governor, should be something that all of us should kindly appreciate. So, Mr. Speaker, that's another reason why I feel my dear colleagues should support me to see that this bill is giving the speedy passage to the few, to ensuring that we get more revenue as well. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, we are talking of appointment opportunities. When we have customary court of appeal, a lot of people certainly will have employed. Even if it is 5, 10, 15 people, those people will have left the labor market and they will have paid employment. So, Mr. Speaker, I call all of you to support me to give this bill the support it requires so that we can speedily pass it for His Excellency myself so that this court can be established. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, today Edo State is working in line with constitutionality. Mr. Speaker, I recall with nostalgia that a full course, 4-credit course, is dedicated to the learning of constitutional law
Let me limit to the University of Benin, where I schooled, the best university south of the Sahara. So, Mr. Speaker, the customary law practice is a body of law that have guided and taken care of how we manage our affairs. But the best thing about that law, sir, which is cherished by all lawyers, is that it is the only law that have the power of metamorphosis by self. Because by its very definition, it is that law that is operational at that given time by the wish of the traditional people. That is to say, if the customary law of this place used to be that twins are slaughtered at birth, the people can also change that law by themselves without the need of the House of Assembly by saying, no, we have taken it through a certain test. This test of repulsiveness. Is it repugnant? Is it against public policy? Is it answering to the need of the people at that time? And once those criteria are met, the law becomes the mirror of the people. Specialized words. So it was a thing of a lacuna, a painful one at that we had customary courts, area customary courts, we even have district courts where customary laws are practiced, but they have no place to go to at the end of that lower level litigations. Mr. Speaker, it will interest you to note that most of those chieftaincy matters they bring to Bogus here in the House of Assembly to with little or no understanding of the intricacies of the laws of those various places, or without even that toga of authority to deliberate on it properly, because we are not properly constituted or specialized in the application of this customary law. It's easily solved by the passage of this bill. That is to say, a specialist in customary law who knows the rudiments, the nuances, and the practice of the people traditionally is now seated in authority, usually a three-man panel, applying the peculiar traditions of the people to their customary demand. Mr. Speaker, I dare say that if that is done, less of the chieftaincy challenges in Edo State will occur, because they will be able to give the right medicine based on the proper diagnosis that is given by knowledge. So, Mr. Speaker, I am going to support the passage of this law in my personal capacity. I'm going to also vehemently support it in my professional capacity. And I also have the authority of the sagacious people of Ovia North East 1 constituency to support this bill so that Edo State will be able, if not for anything, to dine where his brother states are dining. Because the customary court of appeal is to us what the Grand Cadi is to the northern part of Nigeria. Whereas they have their own Sharia laws, which they practice in the north, and they have their Grand Cadi, who are even sometimes elevated to the Supreme Court. It will be a disservice to the people of Edo State to close the channel of progression to only the High Court and leaving the customary court of appeal, which is also a transitional path to the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court must at all times also have a specialist in customary law. If we do not have a customary court of appeal, how do we now get a nomination to the Supreme Court under that line? That means we are now limited to the High Court's line alone. Mr. Speaker, that will be a disservice. It is also it is also of noble note, sir, the fact that the judiciary is now autonomous. Mr. Speaker, the judiciary is now autonomous by the grace of this noble house. And that means they now have a direct access to funding, which is to be dispensed for easier justice dissemination. So, who takes care of the customary court arm of Edo State Judiciary? There is a lacuna. The chief judge of the customary court should be the one dispensing money through that traditional line, that customary line of of the judicature in the state. So, by virtue of that law, even sir, I will also support again. I'm now putting a multifaceted support for the passage of this law, that this bill for the establishment of the customary court of appeal, being constitutional, being desirable, being imperative, be so passed. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Today I'm glad that this bill is here. Some years ago, when the appeal court was scrapped, it saddened our hearts. So we are making very significant progress today. We Africans, we have laws. Laws that are like that of the white man. Laws that are even better than that of the white man. Sadly, our people hardly take note of that. When there is little problem in the family today, in our community, we are running to the Englishman's court. We have jurisprudence of customary law. The appeal court is supposed to be a court you appeal to when you are not satisfied with the decision of the lower customary court. And it helps us to grow our jurisprudence in African customary laws. So for me, to re-establish the customary court of appeal Edo State is one of the most beautiful decisions will be taken in this assembly and by this government. So on behalf of my constituency, I wholeheartedly support the passage of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Say, Mr. Speaker, that this bill is timely. It would actually be an understatement. It is timely, it is necessary, and it's of great importance. Mr. Speaker, it is now the norm, and very much rightly so, that specialized courts handling particular areas of legal jurisprudence would come up to address particular legal challenges in the society. That is why we have, in recent times, the National Industrial Court to deal specifically with matters related to labor issues. Of course, you know, Mr. Speaker, that the Federal High Court itself is more like a specialized court with very specific areas of jurisdiction as provided for under Section 251, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended. Of course, we have the Sharia Court of Appeal, earlier referred to by my brother, the minority leader of the Edo State House of Assembly. In very recent times also, we have the election petition tribunals, which have exclusive jurisdiction to treat post-election disputes between political parties. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the Customary Court of Appeal, which of course would relate directly to those matters dealing with our traditions, is, I think, fundamentally important to our people, especially those at the grassroots. This bill is timely. I support it. The people of my constituency support it, and we give it our full backing. We are grateful.
Mr. Speaker, I want to align myself with all the submissions of my learned friends and colleagues who have spoken live on this bill. Mr. Speaker, as a lawyer who has practiced in the rural environment, we know what this bill means to us. Mr. Speaker, there's a parable in place that says, if a man doesn't marry two wives, he doesn't know the difference. Mr. Speaker, we have had the Customary Court of Appeal before now, and we have had a time where we don't have it. And we know what the justice system under the customary law in Edo State has suffered. Mr. Speaker, also, it's only pertinent that appeals from the customary courts lie straight to the Customary Court of Appeal. Instead of going to the High Court, where my learned judges are not most times seasoned with the customary law of that people. As it is right now, Mr. Speaker, it is only the right thing to do now to restore the Customary Court of Appeal and bring it back, because we have suffered a lot by its omission in Edo State. So, Mr. Speaker, I have the support of my people, because in Ikwepe, apart from the magistrate court, the other highest court we have is the customary court. We do not have a high court in Ikwepe, local government. So right now, bringing this law will enable us transit directly from the customary law court in Ikwepe to the customary court of appeal. So we are grateful. I support it with all my heart, and the entire people of Ikwepe also support this bill. We are grateful, Mr. Speaker.
This bill should be sent to the appropriate committee by today. We say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
After auditory, the House come adjourn sitting till Tuesday, 19th August 2025. Make una no forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We know they take blame. Ohife me or no TMC News.